Okay, moving on to the part 3, that is enable the VLAN 20 as a management VLAN now. Okay, so one more virtual LAN we have to create, number 20 here, and that will be used for the management purpose. So here they have just mentioned, you can all read it. The network administrator wants to access all the switches and the routing devices using a management PC. The PC which we have declared here on the left hand side, which we kept isolated. Now we'll try to correct it for security purpose, and the administrator wants to ensure that all managed devices are on the separate VLAN. That is, the switches, the routers, okay, has to be on separate virtual LAN. So for that we'll be declaring one more LAN here. So let's see, enable a management VLAN 20 on switch A, something like this. So we have to go to the switch A and type VLAN 20 and then exit, and we have to just mention, we have to give the IP address to it, that is 20.1, something like this, and then we'll exit from there. So let me go on the switch A. Okay, here we are. Type the password, conpa55 was the password, then enable it. Enable password was enpa55. Get yourself into configuration mode. Write down VLAN 20 and then exit. Then choose the interface again, because you have to give the IP address to that switch. So we have to choose interface VLAN 20 once again, and then in the configuration interface mode we will give the IP address 20.1. So let's choose the interface VLAN 20, enter. So we are already in configuration interface mode now, and give the IP address. So IP address is 192.168.20.1. okay, so we are defining a different network here basically. So the network subnet mask will be 255 3 times, and then 0, and then enter, and then you can exit. So basically now you have connected switch A on the VLAN 20 and given the IP address 20.1. Now same thing we have to do it for switch B also. Okay, here you all can see same thing we have to do it for switch B, switch 1, switch 2, and the central switch. So the IP address will be 2 for switch B, 3 for switch 1, 4 for switch 2, and central it will be 5. Okay, so let me do this very quickly. So let me go to the switch B now, and password conpa55, enable it, enpa55. Get yourself into configuration mode. The commands were very simple. Now VLAN again 20, and then exit from here. Choose the interface VLAN 20, and then give the IP address. IP address 192.168.20.2. One was given to switch A, so for this same subnet mask, and then enter, and we are done. Exit from here, close this. Let's go to switch 1 now. Get yourself into configuration mode. Commands were VLAN 20, then exit, and then choose the interface VLAN 20, and now the IP address will be 192.168.20.3. We are done. Exit from here. We're done with switch 1. 2 more switches are there. Let's go to switch 2. ConFT VLAN 20. We exited from there, and now we have to choose the interface VLAN 20, give the IP address. .192.168.20.4. Subnet mask remains same, and then exit. Then now we have to go to central switch here. Then get yourself into configuration mode. Okay, VLAN 20. Now exit and then choose the interface once again, VLAN 20, and then give the IP address 192. Sorry, it is getting load here, so let me come again once again. IP address 192.168.20.5. One was given to switch A, 2 was for switch B, switch 1, switch 3, switch 2 was 4, now central switch is 5. And then the subnet mask comes 255.255.0, enter, and then you can simply exit from there. So this part is done. So we have just defined the virtual LAN and made all the devices, the devices which will be responsible for forwarding the packets, switches and routers. We have connected those devices to the virtual LAN. We are done with this. Now the next step is step number 3 in this part 3 is connect and configure the management PC. So connect the management PC to switch A here to the interface F01, which we didn't use before, and ensure that it is assigned an available IP address within the network of the management network which we just have defined. One was given to switch A, 2, 3, 4, 5. So like this we have to give one more IP address to PC now and make it connect to that same network. So first of all, now let's take a connection here. From here the interface we have to choose. Okay, it is not allowing me to choose. Wait, yeah, so one more time let me do it. So I guess they have just mentioned like which cable. No, they didn't mention anything, so we just have to connect. Okay, so let me choose this. Okay, Fast Ethernet 01 was free, and let's connect to this PC. Okay, let's go to that PC now. Go to desktop, go to IP configuration and assign the IP address 192.168.20.50. Okay, so we can easily identify. Okay, fine, this is a management PC now. Okay, subnet mask will remain same, and just for the sake we'll not assign the default gateway for now. Okay, so let's avoid this and let's close it. This is what they have given. We done the same part now. Okay, done. We are done with the step number 3. Now let's go to the step number 4. On switch A, ensure that management PC is a part of the VLAN interface of this interface we just have defined. Okay, I guess I connected wrong to the wrong switch. Let me do it once again. I'll just disconnect this, cancel, yeah, and then I have to connect this PC to this switch. Okay, yeah. So coming back here, the IP address was given to this IP configuration. Fine. Now we have to configure this interface, what they have just mentioned here in step number 4. So on switch A, ensure that management PC is a part of the VLAN 20 interface F01, of course. So we just have to fire this command on switch A, that's this interface. Choose the interface 01 and switch port access VLAN 20. This is the 2 command and no shut. So we just have to simply will copy this command and go to switch A. We are already in configuration mode, and now we'll choose the interface F0/1, and then we'll just copy paste the command. Okay, and then enter, and then say no shut. So we made PC C1 be a part of VLAN 20 here, okay, through that interface. So let me close this, coming back to the manual. Now step number 5, verify the connectivity of the management PC to all the switches. So we'll try to ping switch A, switch B, switch 1, switch 2 and central switch, okay, from PC. So let's go to PC C1, okay, go to command prompt and let's ping 192.168.20.1. okay, this was the switch A, and we should get the reply here. Yeah, we are getting the reply here, and similarly we can ping to second switch, which was switch B. So I've just changed the IP address here from 1 to 2, so we are again getting the reply. And one more time we can do it like let's change the IP address to 3 and then enter. This is switch 1 now, and we are getting the reply. Switch 4, that was switch number 2, and one more switch is remaining, that is the central switch. The IP address will be 5 for it, so I'll just ping that switch also, and we should get the reply successfully here. Yeah, so we are getting the reply. So this step is done. Step number 5 is done. Now let's come to the part number 4, which is the final part. So enable the management PCs to access the router R1 now. So for that you have to go to the router. One more sub interface you have to define, that is gig 0/0.3, and the same .1q protocol we have to enable it on the virtual LAN 20. So let me go to that router, close this. Here we are on the CLI, and then enter, enable ENPA55. Get yourself into configuration mode. Yeah, so the command we have to fire is we have to choose the interface first, the sub interface. So INT G, gigabit interface 0/0.3, enter. So we are already in configuration sub interface mode. Encapsulation, the command is .1q, and then 20. Okay, then enter. Now exit from there, and again get yourself into that interface mode, configuration sub interface mode, and then assign the IP address. So IP address will be for this router will be on the same network 20. Okay, so 192.168.20.100. So basically this router interface gigabit 0/0.3 sub interface will belongs to that VLAN through this interface having the network of 192.168.20.0. So what are the IP address we are giving here? 100. PC was given 50, and now router has got 100. All the switches were like 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and this is 100. So 255.255.255.0, and then enter. So we are done with this part. Okay, we are done with this step. Now let's minimize this and let's read what they have given. Verify the connectivity between the PC and the R1, but be sure to configure the default gateway on the management PC. Okay, if you remember on the PC C1 we just left this field blank, default gateway. Now we can mention 192.168.20.100, the IP address we just have assigned to that interface, okay, to the router. So we just assigning the default gateway and clicking here and there, and then close it, and let's try to ping that router. So let's go to the command prompt. Okay, have the command ping and make the changes, ping 192.168.20.100, and then enter, and we are getting the reply. So basically now PC and all the switches and the routers are connected on the same virtual LAN 20 having the network address of 192.168.20.0. Moving on, and here comes the last part, that is we have to enable the security on the router. So while the management PC must be able to access the router, we can see PC is actually able to access the router. No other PC should be able to access the management VLAN. So for that we have to create the access list. So let's see what is the command. The command we have to fire on the router. The command is access list 101, name is 101, and we have to deny IP packets from any source to this network. Okay, we just have mentioned along with the wildcard mask. So any source to this destination is the network address they have given 20 point. So nobody will actually allowed to get into this address. So let me copy this. Okay, go to router and let me exit from here and let me paste the command. Okay, access list 101, deny IP any. Okay, enter. Now one more thing we have to do, one more access list, we have to 101 permit IP any to any network, otherwise any source, any destination will be allowed. Okay, only on like when the destination comes to 20.0, this network nobody will allow, like this we just have mentioned. So one more access list, one more rule we have to set here, like access list 101 permit all the IP packets from any source to any destination. Okay, and then enter. And the one more, that is access list 102 permit the IP host, that is the PC IP address, to any. Okay, so PC can go anywhere. From PC you can connect any machine, including the 20.0 network also. So that's why we are firing this command now. So let me copy it and come here and then paste it and then enter. Now finally the access list is ready. We have to apply it on the interfaces. So on the R1 itself we have to go to interface. If you remember, we just have configured before also the sub interfaces. So one by one we'll go to like gigabit slash 0 slash 0.1. Okay, so we are in sub interface mode, configuration mode, and we just have to fire this command, like this IP access group 101 input will be applied here inside inbound, you can say. Or similarly one more interface, we have to apply the same command, exit from here, choose the other sub interface, that is gig 0 slash 0.2 slash 0.2, just a second, 0 slash 0.2, enter, and then same access group 101 in, and then to the same sub interface. Okay, we have to configure the line virtual terminals 0 to 4, enter, and fire the access class (102) in this one access list, right? Yeah, in, and then enter. So now access list 102 is used to allow only the management PC, which is 20.50, to access the router. This prevents the IP address change to bypass the access control list. And note, there are multiple ways in which an ACL access control list can be created. Of course, you can read this for your knowledge purpose. Now we'll go to the step number 4, that is verify the security. So verify only the management PC can access the router, and let's see. Let's close this, go to PC, go to command prompt and try to ping the router, and we are getting the reply. So management PC, we are able, okay, to access the router. We are able to like connect to the router. Of course, they are also asking us to like connect it through SSH protocol. So we can do it. Just close this, go to PC, come to desktop, and here we have got the terminal. Let me maximize this. Yeah. So where we can access the SSH, yeah, telnet SSH client is here. Okay, So we can just simply mention the IP address of the router 192.168.20.100, okay, and try to connect. Username cannot be empty, so just mention the SSH settings you just have given in the start. That was the username was admin, okay, and then connect. And it is asking me the password, so the password was admin PA55, enter, and I'm able to access the router. Okay, even you can go to command prompt, and from here also you can access through this command. Okay, so let me just copy this and then paste it here, and it will ask me the password. So admin PA55, I hope I'm able to access. Okay, I guess I've given the wrong username. Yeah. So one more time, let me try. The username was admin, right? And then enter, and the password is admin PA55. I'm able to access the router. Okay, so make sure you don't make a mistake here, because the admin name, the username which we have given was admin, not SSH admin. So from the management PC, ping SWA, SWB and R1. We can do that. Let me exit from here, and we'll try to ping switch A, that is 192.168.20.1, which is switch A, and we are getting the reply. And switch B, again we should get the reply. Yes, we are getting the reply. And the last one was the router, again we are getting the reply. See, so were the ping successful? Yes, of course, because they belong to, and PC 1 was given the permission to access all the switches and the routers devices. Okay, we just have set. And see that from D1 ping the management PC whether ping successful. Let's see, let's try this. Let's close this, let's go to PC D1, and let's try to ping. Okay, they are trying to ping which they are asking us to ping the management PC. Okay, so let's go to command prompt, and so I guess nobody should be allowed to access the network. So 192.168.20.50 was a PC IP address, the management PC IP address, right? So destination host is unreachable. So we are through. We have got all the results. That's it from this video. Thank you.
That's all guys from this video. If you really like this video, press like button and do subscribe to our channel. If any queries or suggestions, do comment below. For more such updates, follow us on Instagram and Facebook.